What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the Thomas Gallery, and today I'm going to try and attempt to tackle and hopefully solve a seemingly age-old question, but it's really not, but it's for some reason gathered a bunch of controversy when it shouldn't be. Excuse me. Is the earth is the earth flat or round? This debate has been going on for quite some time, and I thought it would be quite easy to figure out, but I guess some people still are not convinced by the overwhelming data given by the ancients and the contemporary science. This question has been solved a long time ago, but it's people still think about it. So let's see if I can throw my hand in the bag and see if I see what I can do. All right, now people are convinced that the Earth is flat. I believe that the reasons that they give is because when I guess it's based on that person's line of sight, the vanishing point, and when you can't see when you look to the left and to the right of the horizon, it just looks flat. So people believe that the Earth is flat because from their vantage point, that's all they can see, and people aren't convinced that man has traveled outside of the Earth and outside of the Earth's atmosphere, or have traveled above ground so high you can see the curvature of the Earth. So people are just convinced that human beings aren't intelligent enough to see the full Earth, or people believe the whole falling off the Earth thing. When a boat is sailing and at a certain point you cannot see the top of the sail, therefore they think that the Earth has just stopped right there and just fall off. And this wouldn't be such an issue if it was just regular old Joe Schmo saying this, but you have some famous individuals who are convinced of this, that the Earth is flat. And when someone asks certain questions to get an answer to why they say the Earth is flat, to me, I hear a lot of conjecture. I don't hear any convincing evidence to say why the Earth is flat. I mean, certain things don't make sense that we take for granted every day, that if answered, the whole round Earth, flat Earth thing will be solved in 5 minutes. So let's see what he can do. All right. I have a question for people who are convinced that the Earth is flat. If the Earth is flat, as you propose, can you please explain to me how we get seasons? Now, I'm going to give you a demonstration about this, and first I'm going to explain to you how we get what seasons are. We get our seasons basically because the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees, and the where the sun is in relationship to the Earth's tilt. The reason why we get seasons is because the light and heat from the sun, due to the tilt of the Earth, the light and heat of the sun is not distributed equally. You have some parts of the Earth that are hotter than the others. That means that the light and heat is not distributed equally. If it were distributed equally, that means that from the top of the Earth to the bottom of the Earth, it will be the same temperature. It is not. Okay? That means you only have 2 seasons. If the sun's heat and light was distributed across the Earth equally, that means from the North Pole all the way down to the South Pole with the same temperature, you will only have 2 seasons, and that will be summer and winter. Okay? But you and I all know that we all have 4. summer, autumn, winter, spring. Okay? That is due to the fact that the earth is tilted, and that makes the light and heat from the sun distributed not equally. Some parts of the earth get more heat and light than others. Okay? Now, let's say the earth let's just say the earth is flat. Let's jump in the pot and let's run with it. Let's say the earth is flat. Okay? I'm going to do a demonstration. Just see. I took a styrofoam plate and I see round, flat. Okay? And this flashlight is going to represent the light and heat from the sun. Now, let's say the earth is flat this way. Because people believe for a while that if you sail on the ocean, you fall off. So we're going to assume that it's this way. Okay? Let's say that the earth is right, the sun is right here. Now, if you look at the light from the sun to the flat surface of the earth, you see that very little gets any light or sun. See that? So that right there is a problem, because what kind of season do you have? Because you only get light and heat on one part of the earth, and that's right here. Now let's say the earth is flat this way. Let's just say, and it spins this way. Let's just say. Now, if it spins, do you see the problem? If the earth is flat, one side of the earth gets all the sun and the other side doesn't. That means you will only have two seasons. This side will get summer, the opposite side will get winter. Let's say it turns. Back to freezing again. Oh, look. Look at it. Now, anybody see the problem? I have another demonstration. I don't think I'm going to need this other demonstration for this. So let's say the earth is flat right here, and the sun is this way. Let's just say. That means that whoever is on the top of the earth, aka the North Pole, will get all the sun. So whoever is on the northern hemisphere will get all the sun. That means that the northern hemisphere will be summer. But that ain't the case. So let's say it's on the bottom. That means that whoever's on the southern hemisphere will get all the heat, and it will make that summer. And whoever's on the northern hemisphere would get winter. So how do you explain Africa being the hottest continent? How do you explain the North Pole being cold? How do you explain months of sunlight on the North Pole and months of darkness? How do you explain some places are colder than the others? How do you explain that some places are wetter than the others? How do you explain the rainforest, which is below the equator, which is the center, the imaginary line that's in the center of the earth? Okay, now, that's that. Let's say this is the earth. Round, rotund, robust. The sun. Now, if you notice, there's a part of the earth that gets the most sun, that being right here. And then there's parts of the earth above and below that get less sun. Now, the earth is tilted. As long as you can't really tell, because I didn't give the designated land masses. That's all right. Earth is tilted and it's round. Light cannot distribute all its light and heat on a round surface evenly because of the curvature. If you can explain the 4 seasons on the planet, then okay. But you see the light. I'm using a flashlight and a beach ball. This flashlight is the light and heat from the sun. This beach ball is the earth. As you can tell, obviously, the light from this flashlight is not distributed on the beach ball evenly. You see how bright the light is in the sun, in the center right here? You see that right there? It gets dimmer and dimmer as you go north and south of the ball. You see that? Now, this right here, this demonstration alone can tell you that the earth is flat due to the curvature of the earth. Light and heat of the sun is not distributed equally. It is not. Some parts get more light than the others. Some parts get more heat than the others. Okay? Now, that being done, when people say, well, the earth gotta be flat because when I stand at a certain area, all I can see is just flat. Do you realize how large the earth is compared to a human? Let me break this down for you. The tallest human on record, I think his name is Robert Waldo. When he died, this is like way like in early 19th century, early 20th century, early 20th century. Robert Waldo. When he died, he stood at 8 feet 11 inches. Let me explain it to you. The tallest person on record that we have on record died at the height of 8 feet 11 inches. Let me explain to you how large the earth is. The mass of the earth is 6 sectillion tons. That is 10 to the 21 power. That is 10. That's 1 with 21 zeros behind it. 6 sectillion tons. That's the equivalent of put a microorganism on this beach ball. Go get a microorganism and put it on this beach ball. That's one human on this planet. So in order for you to see the curvature of the earth as a human, your head would have to be at low Earth orbit. You have to stand on Earth, on the ground of Earth, and your head would have to reach low Earth orbit. Because once you reach low Earth orbit, then you're able to see the curvature of the Earth. And that's many miles. That's many miles up. Okay? That's like the International Space Station. You can see the curvature of the Earth. The International Space Station, from that height and beyond, you can see the curvature of the Earth or even the whole Earth. So, if you are a small entity on the vast mass. I like that rhyme. The vast mass of the planet Earth. Of course, you cannot see the curvature of the Earth. You're too small. You would need to be in the air. Or at least your eye level would have to be so high up in the sky. That's the only way that's happening. But if you are on the ground, standing on a 6 sectillion ton object, there's no way in 4 hells you are going to see any curvature of a planet. No way. But forget all that. Can some flat earther person please explain to me how the 4 seasons come about? I gave you a demonstration of something being of a flat earth and a round earth. I just gave you that. So forget the curvature of the earth. Can you explain to me the seasons? Because the fact that the earth has 4 seasons, and I just showed you how they got the 4 seasons with the rotation of the earth. and the revolution around the sun and the light not being distributed equally on the surface of the planet Earth, I just showed you with a flashlight and a beach ball that it can't be flat, because depending on where you are on the planet, you get different seasons. Some parts are hotter than the others. Some parts are in the middle. You got summer, autumn, winter, fall. Summer, autumn, winter, spring. The fact you have 4 seasons explains that. Now, if it was flat, you only have 2 seasons, summer and winter, because the light and heat from the sun will only hit one part of the planet at a time. That means you're going to either burn or freeze. Now, on a flat surface, the light is distributed equally. Yes, on a flat surface, the light and heat is distributed equally because the surface is flat. If it's curved, light is going to bounce off. A curved surface makes light and sound ricochet off of it. So, is the Earth flat? No. No. Now, I could really explain to you the actual shape of the Earth. If you want to be really, really technical, let's go there. Is the Earth flat? No. Is the Earth round? No, because round is just a circle. Is the Earth a perfect sphere? No, it is not. So what is the actual shape of the planet Earth? There are two words I want y'all to look up. Oblate, spheroid. Okay, oblate, OOBALT, oblate, spheroid, SPHEROID. Oblate, like oblong, means oddly shaped and kind of an oval-like. Spheroid. A sphere is a three-dimensional circle. This beach ball is a sphere. The suffix oid, O-I-D, means like. Means it's not that, it's something like that, like humanoid, like that, okay? So a spheroid is something that is sphere-like. It is a three-dimensional object that, for the most part, is round, but it has some bumpy surfaces that don't make it a perfect sphere. Okay? But even with all that, if you were to get a potato and shine a light on it, the light will still not be distributed equally over the entire one surface of the potato. The Earth is not flat. If you don't believe it, go take a plane, go charter a plane, and take a trip around the planet. And if you don't want to miss anything, take a plane that travels faster, or take an object that travels faster around the Earth than the Earth can rotate. And the Earth rotates about 18,000 miles per hour. Find an object that goes faster than that, and then you will see if the Earth is round or not. Like all the satellites that are above us, and the International Space Station, they travel at the same rotation rate as the planet Earth. And it is due to that fact that's the reason why no satellite or no the International Space Station has not crashed on the planet, because it is traveling at the same rotation rate that the curvature of the planet goes away and it follows it. So, satellite, Earth, it goes at the same speed. So you will always see. That's called orbit. Okay? So, no, the Earth is not flat. It is not flat. And whoever postulated that the Earth is flat is very irresponsible. And that person is probably too scared to go find out and prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. Okay? So, hope y'all enjoyed that. Earth is not flat. Get over it. And have a good day. Peace.